Hello. I'm going to start this video off with a quick introduction for those that have never had the chance to meet me. My name is Preston. I am an intuitive healer and I am an aspiring spiritual and growth coach. Now, this video is quite a bit different than what I normally do. Normally I'm doing tarot or I'm doing energy readings or something of that effect. And in this video series, I'm going to get a little more uncomfortable with myself, a little more open and raw, because I am going to be stepping into something that I have been working on, and I'm wanting to share this because I know that I'm probably not the only one out there that is struggling with where I'm at right now in my growth and looking for that next step. Now, I've been listening to my guides. They're telling me to put myself out there, so here I am doing that. So in this video, I want to start with the law of attraction, right? And where this starts with me is a deep feeling for most of the progress I've made as to why this does not work. Why is this not working for me? Why am I not attracting what it is that I'm wanting? Because I'm being very clear on what I want. I am putting it out there. I'm trying to stay in that energy alignment to allow it to come to me. I'm doing everything that every one of the books or all of the videos that I've seen say that I should be doing, and it just doesn't seem to be happening. Well, what I've found is that this is not happening because of blocks that I have created in my past that need to be intersected, broken down, and essentially figured out so that I can release those blocks and allow myself to move forward. So I'm looking at my notes here because I've got a lot on my mind and I want to make sure I get to it all. So the biggest thing is that I spend so much of my time focusing on what it is that I want, what it is that I'm trying to attract into me. And what I have found is that focus alone doesn't do anything. And when you really dig deep into it, the kind of analogy I've been able to come to with focusing on something is, if we break down that word into the individual letters, what do we get? We got fear, we get overthinking, we get comfort, we get uncertainty, and we get the status quo. And what does all of that mean? Well, as I go through this series, we're going to get into a lot more of this stuff in detail. But essentially, what I'm feeling is like fear is that fear of change, fear of the unknown, fear of what's happening, fear of who knows, right? And then what does that fear spark? That fear sparks that overthinking. So now my brain is constantly in hyperspeed, and it's telling me that, well, this could happen, and this could happen, this could happen. It makes everything seem, then take something like this, it makes it seem like this, right? What about comfort? Are you comfortable at where you are right now? Probably. If you were uncomfortable, you would be doing something about it. If you're comfortable, you're okay staying where you're at, even though you know there's more for you. There's more out there. We have to trust that sometimes we need to be uncomfortable in order to move forward, which moves us into the uncertainty. Why would we take ourselves from someplace that we're comfortable into someplace that's unknown, right? And that circles back to our overthinking, because if we focus on the uncertainty of knowing what's going to happen, where it's going to take us, what if, that overthinking starts kicking in again. And then the last thing that came to me was the status quo. And what I mean by that is a lot of us are doing what we feel or what we've been programmed to know is what we are supposed to be doing, right? You go to school, you finish school, you go to university, or you go into the workforce. There's, it's the way things have been, right? That's how our parents did it. That's how their parents did it. We do what we are programmed to do, and that's why I'm working on building this program, is so that I can help people move out of the status quo and into something amazing. Um, the other side of the status quo is outside influences, right? When we start pushing against that, you start getting people coming to you, telling you, "Hey, what are you doing? This doesn't seem right." Right? Um, and those outside influences aren't just people. They're going to come from your environment. If you push it back against your environment, it could be pushing into you. Um, it could also be coming from yourself, right? Like the way that we speak. Speaking is so powerful, and when we put power to words, it is mind-boggling what we can do with that. And when we're doing it to ourselves, and I have spent a long time being the worst one for this. I do something silly or I make a mistake, I call myself a bonehead. I'm not a bonehead. I'm a really smart guy. But I don't think of it. That was a silly thing I did. That is so much better than, oh, you're a bonehead. Right? Now, um, how do we move past these? Is the real driving question that is put me where I am right now and what has caused or pushed me to create this video and this series. Um, the first thing we need to do is we need to take a deep dive back into what has created those blocks and where that stems from, because all of this is from our past. It's when we are born, we are a blank slate. Some of this has been taught to us by our parents, by our teachers, by everybody around us. Some of this is stuff that we've learned through past experiences. Some of it is generational. Like this, you heard a story when you were growing up about something bad that happened to your grandparents when this happened, or they know a guy. Well, you take all of that, and that's what you build your reality from. Now, what we can do is move past that. We can break down those blocks and prove to ourselves that they don't serve, because just about every unconscious behavior that we have proof in our life that it can be done. There's people out there that have proved it. We've probably proved it to ourselves. And the more we dig into this, the more we can dissect those and figure what that little core idea or thought or subconscious belief is, so that we can shatter it down and start over and reaffirm it with a positive belief or positive action that we can take as we move forward. So I want to thank you all for staying with me on this. I hope that you like and subscribe, follow me. Future videos, I'm going to show you the steps that I have been taking in my self-reflection to try and move past this. Next video up, though, the next few videos, sorry, I should say, are kind of a breakdown of everything that I'll be talking about, and then I'm going to really start going deep into what has happened to me in my growth journey. So thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day. Much love, happiness to all.